Arizona Rattlers have been the dominant force in the AFL this season. Meantime, the Portland Steel have endured growing pains thus far, but look to pull an upset tonight. The hard-hitting action of arena football from the desert, Portland and Arizona right now. Week 5 of the Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network from Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix, Arizona, the Snake Pit. The Rattlers, since the start of 2012, they are 42-4 in this building, and they welcome in the 0-3 Portland Steel. It's the Steel and the 4-0 Rattlers. I'm glad you're along. Brent Stover alongside the Hall of Fame quarterback. It's Ed Bonner. You reap what you sow. And for the Rattlers, they have built an absolute dynasty, and it just continues. For the most part, so far this year, it's been complete dominance.
It really has, except for last week in Jacksonville, 75-68 win. They had to battle back, but great teams find ways. This team is really tough. They find ways to win, and very experienced. It's tough to beat.
It starts, as always, with the Latin laser, Nick Davila. He has been remarkable so far this year.
He really has. He's been remarkable his entire career. This kid has done just about anything you can expect of a quarterback. All he's done is win games. This season, his numbers are off the charts. 25 touchdowns, just 2 picks through last week. This guy is dominant force in this league. He is the cream of the crop at the quarterback spot.
He's only ever lost a couple of times to the Portland organization. It has been awesome for him against this Portland Steel team. Now Portland there at the opposite end of the spectrum. Darren Thomas, former star at Oregon. They signed him this week. They say he's not ready to go though. Casey Peters going to start. Either way, they have shuffled the deck at quarterback. They haven't shuffled the deck at wide receiver. These guys have been there from the start, and they're the one bright spot so far.
They have been. They've solidified the offense and given them opportunities to make plays. They need more consistency from the quarterback spot. As you get a look at Gilson, Perry, and Gord's number, who just signed 2 weeks ago, he's rounding back into shape. This gives them 3 good opportunities to stretch the field, make plays on offense, and try to get this thing going for the Portland Steel.
So again, Casey Peters will start.
We need to get better in tonight. Let's get better as a football team now, okay? It's about the grind. It's about the journey, okay? Week to week, day to day, okay? Technique, fundamentals. Let's focus on our execution, okay? And let's get them into a track meet. That's our philosophy now. Let's get them into a track meet and get them going up and down the field. Here we go. Say a prayer. Here we go.
All I want from you guys is 2 things. Play with precision, okay, and play with passion. Okay? You bring those 2 aspects to this game tonight, we're going to have something we can be proud of. Do not give up on each other all the way through, and support each other. Get after the football. We have got to create turnovers. We got to be the ones that beat them to the punch. We're going to be successful tonight. Attack the quarterback, protect ours, get after the football in every aspect of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, pedal to the metal. Do not be back on your heels. Be the aggressor. Play 100 miles an hour, and let's get after the backside tonight. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ron James and his guys up against it tonight in Arizona, the best team in the AFL. They are coming off a bye week. They were able to sort some things out. Their last game 2 weeks ago, the Steel lost to Philadelphia 70-32. Cassie Gallo. Now Cassie McKinney is down below with Casey Peters, starting quarterback for Portland.
Thanks, Brent. And Casey, you get your first start. How'd you sleep last night?
I actually slept really well. You know, a big day of travel and all that kind of put me to sleep right away. So.
And walk us through this week. What has it been like for you?
Well, you know, I showed up on Monday and they kind of told me I was going to be the guy. So obviously that changed how I was going to prepare for this game. But I feel like we had a really good week of practice. The guys are rallying around me, so I feel good about this.
And what's the biggest thing you need to do to have a successful night tonight?
Start fast and get completions early, get in a rhythm. And then once we do that, I feel like we'll be flowing offensively. So that's kind of the goal tonight.
All right, best of luck, Casey. Thank you.
Danny Southwick was the starter. He's no longer on the roster. Peters has thrown 15 passes. He completed just 4. 4 15-minute quarters, running clock, field 50 yards by 85 feet. No punting, no stunning or twisting. Ball off the net live. One wide out can be in forward motion. This has been the preeminent organization, the Rattlers. I mentioned how dominant they've been in this building, the Snake Pit. And it's a good crowd on hand tonight, electrifying inside this building. They come in 4-0 with 3 blowouts. Jacksonville last week, as you alluded to, said in the open, took them down to the wire, went to overtime, but the Rattlers won by 7.
Those are those kind of wins you gotta have. If you're faced with those kind of challenges and don't come through the other side, man, it makes it tough.
Taking it off the net, Terrence Mitchell, second-year man from USF. Busts loose across midfield into Rattler territory to the 24. A return of 30 for Terrence Mitchell, who averages 16 yards per return. So, a big opportunity here for Casey Peters tonight.
You know, the thing about Kevin Guy's defense, as you look at the numbers for Casey, he's going to make it tough on young quarterbacks. You're going to see a ton of different coverages. He's not going to show you the same thing. You're going to see a lot of different things trying to frustrate him, but you're going to see a lot of push in the pocket right in the middle with Altosh Hawthorne.
From midfield on first down, Peters launches corner route. Catch pinned against the wall, and yes, it is. A complete pass from Peters to Jared Perry and a pickup of 18.
It's a nice sail route, but you see that pocket press him down. Great job by JP, Jared Perry, to hang on to that ball. We talked about the wide receivers in the open and how good they've been, and they've continued to get better. This group was just thrown together late. They're all getting to know each other, continuing to learn to play together.
First and goal from the 7. Peters, end zone, caught, touchdown, the Portland Steel, Tyrone Gord. Okay then.
That's good on you. Portland, area of concern for Coach Guy. Got 3 youngins in the back end, but Tyrone Gord just goes up over our Keith Brown on the sail route. That ball was held late, so that field corner has got to do a better job of sliding back and helping. Coach Guy said that was an area of concern on the back end with the young secondary.
Ernesto Lacayo, 11 of 15 on PATs this year. Knocks it through. 7-0 Portland. Peters came in as Gord made the touchdown catch. Peters came in just 4 of 15. He begins 2 of 2 with a touchdown throw on the opening drive.
Is it safe to say he likes the corner route? Good timing, sets it up and takes a look outside, and that's what freezes KJ Morton on the field. See him hesitate right there and throw him a little shoulders, and then he throws it up, gives his big receiver a chance to make a play. That's good action in the backfield by the quarterback. And a young DB being taught a lesson. Don't fall for pump fakes, stick with what you see, go and make plays.
They're banged up in the Arizona secondary, as you touched on. Saron James. He's got the second-year man, Casey Peters from Rocky Mountain. Gord made the touchdown. Gord played for James in Pittsburgh back in 2014. And Gord with his 7th catch and 2nd touchdown of the year. And a good start for the league's number 7 scoring offense. That's
Ty Gord still trying to get his legs going. You know, he's only been in 3 weeks, but each week he gets in a little bit better shape. It's a chance for him to be one of the guys, one of the main guys. He's always been a 4th, not had that chance to step forward. He has that opportunity here.
Lacayo sends it away. Anthony Amos, second-year man from Middle Tennessee State, chopped down just outside the goal line. Terrence Mitchell, who had a 30-yard return to open the game with a big-time special teams play.
Talk about selling out. Watch him lay out right there and just gets the feet of Amos. Takes him down.
Nick Davila. Regular season games in his career against Portland, 46 touchdowns, just 2 picks, and you see his phenomenal numbers through 4 games this season.
He's outstanding. A true professional and in the sense the way that he works year in and year out to improve his game.
Rod Windsor in motion from the 1 on first. He's in trouble. Gets rid of it in the area of Windsor, and he was under serious heat from a defense that has been much maligned through the first 3 games.
Well, that was great push up front. Really good push in the middle. Brandon Cisse, inside charge, and makes it happen. Oh, he just threw Jordan Mudge. Great use of the hands.
This defense has just 3 sacks, Portland. 2 fumble recoveries, no interceptions. But a good start there in the first play from scrimmage for the Rattlers.
Very good start. You're on the road in this kind of environment.
On second down, Davila rifles one. Windsor, he's loose. Touchdown Rattlers, 48 yards.
Just like that. Timing. Timing is everything. Again, they go with the 3-step. This time, Portland gives them the look they want. He's able to set his feet and get the ball out of his hands right in stride. And if you're Serge Gilliam right there, you've got to get him against the wall, make that tackle somehow. Allow your defense, who got off to a good start, a chance to play.
Breaking the tackle of Sergio Gilliam, and now Kenny Spencer makes it 10 of 12 on PATs this year. 3 plays, 48 yards in 2 minutes. And Windsor doing what he always does.
I'm going to run this beautiful sail route and take it to the house. And I'm going to take my time. I'm going to work a little clock. Work a little clock. Oh, touchdown.
7-7 in the first. Back at the snake pit. 7-7. Nick Davila just connected with his top target. Rod Windsor, 48-yard strike. For Windsor, his 16th touchdown catch. 49th catch, and Davila has already thrown 26 touchdowns. Mitchell, this one off the iron, in trouble, and they just gonna run it out. Good decision that time by Tom Kilson, 4th-year man from UMass. So Peters begins 2 of 2. Good start for him on the road.
Now he gets to come out on the 1-yard line, and folks, if you've never seen a bull rush, you want to make sure you keep your eye on number 77. This is the area where he causes a lot of problems. And across that front line, this man right here, 77.
Gordon motion, Peters. Wow. Touchdown.
And just like that.
Wow.
I think Antaj understands TV, and he gives his buddy a freebie. Tyree Glasper gets the freebie.
I don't know that I've ever seen a quicker turnover touchdown than that. I mean,
Can there be? That was like on the 1.5 yard line. Listen, you got to be smart with your play calling. You got to be smart with your cadence down there against that guy, because he is phenomenal.
Spencer off the iron, no good. 13-7. 5 minutes into the game.
11 seconds to go. First quarter.
Mishandled snap. Tyree Glasper right there. Room service hop. Doesn't get any easier or quicker than that. 2 quick touchdowns for the Rattlers. Back here in Phoenix, football season never ends. It just gets crazier. Step into the arena for a showdown between these Rattlers and the Predators. Next Saturday, 7:30 Eastern only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. If the Rattlers continue this, both teams will be unbeaten.
Great matchup.
You'll be there.
2 of the more animated head coaches you'll find. Rob Keith, great motivator. Kevin Guy, another great motivator.
Again off the iron, picked up by Mitchell. Able to break a tackle, spin out of another, and falls forward. 9-yard return, just out across the 10 for Mitchell.
First down, Portland.
So Peters 2 of 2, 25 yards, but moments ago mishandled snap and a score for the Rattlers.
That's just a tough bounce off the net, but Upback's got to do a better job of catching that thing, be ready. Good job by Mitchell. But if that's not the definition of a horse collar, I don't know what is.
Yeah, got away with it. Spencer has got 2 bar balls. The kicker for the Rattlers so far. Gord near boards. Gord
Peters pass.
out near the 20-yard line. So Peters begins now 3 of 3. That one goes for 8 yards.
KJ Morton came up and stood him up. It's a good tackle. They're still trying to get their calls together. These are young, physical, good defensive backs. They just got to learn to play together. Our Keith Brown has got to orchestrate those guys. Marcus Smith coming off injury, hasn't played a ton.
Tom Gilson, the motion man.
Gilson on the rush.
Ushered to the far boards, shy of midfield, pick up a 4 and a first down.
And this is something that coach is doing a much better job of, Coach James. First game we saw no screens until the second half, and the game was pretty much over. He's gotten a lot better, getting back acclimated to calling plays. You know, when he was in Portland, or excuse me, when he was in Pittsburgh, he had Tommy Grady there who was calling his own plays. Coach wasn't doing a whole lot of that, but now he's getting back in the flow. Good week off has helped.
Gilson in motion. Bad pass for Rashad Carter, who's getting his first action of the year, third-year man from Tusculum.
Second down.
Got to get a little bigger punch out of there from the center spot. Right now, John Collins is under siege in the middle. He is under siege. He's got to bow up. They've got to do something different. Maybe slide the offensive line to help out with Hawthorne. But then you run the risk of leaving your big fullback, Kevin Myers, 6'6", 360, in space against one of these quick defensive ends.
That's right, a 360-pound fullback blocks here. Gives Peters some time. Peters runs. And wrestled down at the 19, a pickup of 6. Tackle made by Demetrio Tyson, rookie from Jacksonville State.
Third down, lockdown.
Coach Guy very high on Demetrio Tyson. Very powerful guy. Great size. Strength. That's what he's been known for. He doesn't get the little quick edge rushes. You get guys that can rush with both power and speed. And it helps.
Third down 4. Peters has got some time. Shuffles, fires, caught. Juggling catch, and then Perry gets tattooed into the wall, but gains 11, move the sticks.
That's a great job of hanging in by Peters. Watch him slide. Continue to slide away. And Perry does a good job of getting away from the jack. Watch him slide to his right just a little bit, or his left, excuse me, our right on the camera. But Perry on the over route gets around the back judge enough to get the completion.
And now Portland, their offense has entered the Geico blue zone. First and goal. End zone, incomplete.
Peters pass incomplete.
Look at that time for Perry again in his 5th year from Missouri.
Second and goal.
Perry's a guy that the Rattlers feel they need to crowd. They need to crowd him, take away some of his space. You see him bring in the bigger Tyrone Gord down here in the red zone, gives him a bigger target, especially with a matchup outside. We've got 6'4" going up against 5'10".
Handoff, and there's your big 360-pounder. And Myers gains 5.
Tackle by Glasgow.
It's a big fullback.
It wasn't pretty, but it's effective. You want to slow those guys down. It's just a little slip draw. You see Tyson runs himself upfield. And if not for Glasper getting the handle on him, he might have stumbled into the end zone.
Like, it feels impossible that you're going to knock him backwards when he gets it right there.
It's just too big. Just too big.
Third and goal. Carter in motion. Peters, Carter, broken up.
That's extremely late. It's fortunate that wasn't picked off. He had one chance, and that was to throw a little short arc throw over to that back corner. That ball's late. He's fortunate it wasn't picked off. He had one chance early. Ball's got to come out. He looks elsewhere and then tries to come back. That's how you throw interceptions in the red zone, folks. If you like your guy, you know it's man, give him a chance to go be tall and big and make a play.
4th and goal. Big play in this game early on. They're going to try to hang with the Rattlers. Peters rolls out. Nobody open. Back across for Gord. And it's broken up again by Keith Brown.
And he missed again. He had, your motion man is your first read. Your motion man should be your first read, especially as soon as you know it's man-to-man coverage. You see the man-to-man coverage. He elects not to take Tyrone Gord. Hangs on to it too long. And our Keith Brown says, no way. You're lucky I'm not taking this for 50.
There's Darren Thomas. He's the backup here tonight. Didn't become medically cleared after he was signed this week until Friday. 3rd-year man from Oregon. Had a star-studded college career. He spent 2 seasons with the Portland, Oregon organization, 22 games for him. 25 passing touchdowns, 11 rushing touchdowns, but they didn't feel like he was quite ready to go this week.
He hasn't had 1 day of practice.
No, he hasn't. Here's Davila. Davila fires, intercepted, marker down, open space, trying to get to the end zone. Knocked out of bounds just shy of the goal line. Is Sergio Gilliam, and we'll see what the marker is.
Pass interference.
So Gilliam unable to get away that time.
It's their 2nd interception against Nick this season. First game they had one that was negated by a penalty. Again, it happens.
They still are without a pick this season. Davila pumps. Davila floats it up. Looking for Kerry Reed. Again, it's interference. And this time it's on Mike McMillan. Ron James said he wants his secondary to take some chances.
It's a good call. It wasn't a drastic penalty, but he comes down and watch him stutter his feet right there and then take off.
Ten-yard penalty from the 24, the Rattlers. Davila handoff. Not much that time. Chance for Michael Benson. He gains 1. And Cisse comes up to make the hit. On Benson, 6th-year man from Florida A&M. He's had a big year. 74 rushing yards. Number 1 in the league in rushing touchdowns with 9.
Right now playing like the best fullback in the league, as well as protecting just like that as well. He's been outstanding, but another guy for that defense down there for the steal, Brandon Cisse, is having a great year himself.
Davila ends on the corner route. Mo Purify unable to make the catch with McMillan trailing in coverage. And a marker down in the backfield.
It's going to be holding, I believe. Coach Guy having some words with his offensive line. Nick getting pummeled on that play by Brandon Cisse.
You said it. See, they got to get something going on this defense. And that's the rookie from Oklahoma, Deontay Savage.
Watch over the nose, number 91, power. And then on the top side is where you get the hold up top. But that was a great move by Brandon Cisse, man. We've got some guys that can go. They need to put it together and continue working.
Kerry Reed in motion. They shuffle it out to him. And Reed on the run. Takes it just inside Portland territory on a gain of 10.
Again, smart play calling. You want to slow down that pass rush. Who's putting some licks on your QB. Start throwing a couple screens out there. Getting the ball out a little quicker. You're still executing a good offense. but you're just getting the ball out of his hand faster so he didn't have to take a pummel.
Windsor, the motion man. And that time he was he was way out ahead of that snap. You can get away with it sometimes.
They'll give you about a half yard, man. That's about it.
That was about a yard and a half.
10-yard penalty.
Hey, man, back in my day, I've seen some guys 5-6 yards. Yeah, that's 2 yards. That's 2 yards too many. They used to let that go. They ain't letting it go anymore.
I know you got away with a few. You pushed it as far as you could, right? Why not?
Why wouldn't you? Let your guy get as far down the field as possible.
4 combined penalties so far.
Here's the 6-1-1. Kerry Reed's going to motion around and run the over route.
On 3rd and 19, incomplete. Gilliam in coverage that time, and it was clean.
Incomplete. Intended for Kerry Reed.
Trying to find Kerry Reed.
Haven't heard Mo P's number called just yet. Maurice Purify yet to get involved.
So 4th and 19 from the 15. How big would this be to get a stop if you're the Steel?
Will be huge, especially after back-to-back pass interference calls, to battle back and get him off the field. They've got to get off the field here.
4th and 19. Davila under siege. Davila incomplete. No penalties and a big stop late in this first quarter for the Portland Steel defense. Robert Hayes was in there. Cisse, Salt, Dexter Davis, Reggie Wilson. These guys are getting it done early on. Steel offense back on the field after the break. If you want access to every AFL game at once, go to arenafootball.com, click AFL Live for the online broadcast of games around the league. Week 5 of the AFL here on CBS Sports Network. A stop for the Portland Steel D. Casey Peters, the offense, back in the field. Peters, 4 of 8, 45 yards. Peters flips it out for Gord. And Gord wrestled down. Open field tackle, KJ Morton. He does gain 1.
Gain of 1 on the play, brings up a second down.
Getting the ball out. And again, here you see a good job. Portland changing up protection. Going with a slide up front. Putting your big back on the end, allowing help in the middle where you need it.
Gord will be in motion on 2nd down 9 with 8 seconds left in the first. Floats it up. Gord wasn't looking. Miscommunication on the quarter's final play.
Coverage by Keith Brown.
And now 5 of 10 for Peters. He has thrown a touchdown pass in the opening drive. But the last 2 touchdowns have gone to the home team. The 4-0 Arizona Rattlers. End of 1 from the state pit. 13-7 Rattlers. You're watching the Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network. Arizona started the season week 1 in Portland. They thrashed the Steel. Vic Davila threw 5 touchdown passes. 4-0 win, so the defense harassed former quarterback from Portland, Danny Southwick. Sacked him 6 times, returned 2 picks for touchdowns. They won 80-28, largest margin of victory in Arizona franchise history for Kevin Guy. And now Southwick is out. They get Casey Peters tonight, and the backup is Darren Thomas, the former Oregon star. Gilson in motion. Peters steps up, looking for Gilson, nearly intercepted. And how good has our Keith Brown been in this first half?
He's been great, but right here he's beat. If you put touch on the ball, everything has been a straight rocket ship. He comes around in motion. He has to elude the initial contact right here. He gets by, but this ball's got to go back there. Let him run to it. He tries to drill it in there. Throw it back in that back corner. with some touch, let him run. Everything's on a rope. You've got to have some touch down in the red zone.
Gord in motion, 4th and 9 from the 15. Looking for Gord. Too much touch, perhaps that time. And again, Arthur Keith Brown.
Touch. Watch this. You're going to get a good look at a quarterback that's not ready for his motion man to be open. And watch, he never sets his feet. Watch how far he's falling back here when he throws it. Throws off his back foot. The ball just floats. I mean, he's got a gimme right there. But that's one of those, kind of freak out and just try to get it out of your hand as fast as you can.
So a stop for the Arizona defense. Man, talk all the time about how huge quarterback play is. And Portland has yet to find the right solution. Michael Simon. Simon's third year from Central Connecticut State. The tight end makes his second reception of the year.
Great play call by Kevin Guy. Your quarterback's getting beat up a little bit. You run the screens, you run the double releases. Simons does a nice job. Sets for a second, shoots straight up the field. The jack linebacker's out. Easy catch and pitch. Or pitch and catch.
You've seen him go to Benson as well. So many weapons offensively. Tavila on first. Tavila wide open, end zone. Touchdown with the marker down around the 15 of Portland. Amos the catch in the end zone.
Illegal formation defense, number 91.
Brandon Cisse out of his stance.
22 yards.
Good use of the cadence by Nick Davila. And if you want to see a pretty route, folks, Anthony Amos just puts it on Mike McMillan. 22 yards for the score. Beautifully run route, the perfect throw.
Kenny Spencer. Marker down in the end zone.
Extra point by Kenny Spencer is good. 12:55.
So it is 20-7. 2 plays, 35 yards. 22 yards of the strike. Tavila to Amos. Rattlers by 13 as we go down below for Cassie McKinney.
Nick, how have you guys been able to get off to this fast start?
You know, coach is doing a good job of calling plays, and you know, offensive line's protecting real well. Receivers are making plays, so making my job easy.
And walk us through this last scoring drive. What are you seeing?
You know, I just saw some man coverage are playing off, so we're just going to take what they give us and try to push the ball down the field.
All right, thank you so much.
3 of 6 for Tavila, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. They got a defensive touchdown as well. They lead by 13. Into the slack net, gets caught up. No return opportunity for Mitchell. Peters started 3 of 4. 2 of 2 and a touchdown on the opening drive. He struggled since 2 of 7. And as you've documented, he has missed some throws.
Well, you got to be ready, especially when it's your motion man. I can see if you miss a dead set guy because you're looking at a motion guy, but when your motion man is available and he's getting man-to-man coverage, clear-cut man-to-man coverage, you got to be ready for that.
The Steel 0 and 3. Offense scoring just 37 points per game. From the goal line, incomplete, behind his intended target, Gilson.
Pressure by McAllister, penalty marker down.
And a marker down.
He's going to get a holding on Deverick Gallington. Chris McAllister.
Holding, offense, number 56. Penalty tackle to the goal. 3 seconds.
This is a really strong move, a good, quick move right here. You're going to get the hold. See the inside charge, and and with the face mask. I mean, that could have been a double whammy.
1st and 13. Quick hitter. Diving forward is Jared Perry. Came into the game with 23 catches on the year. Second leading receiver, gains 5 that time.
One thing that Peters is doing a good job of, when he does have the quicks on, the 30s or the 90s, whatever you call them, he's able to get the ball out of his hand. But KG is doing a good job of mixing those coverages up, showing him different looks, not allowing him to get comfortable. And that's why when he's flashed a man-to-man coverage, he's not ready for it.
Gordon motion. Peters with time, launches, looking for Gord deep. Some contact with no call.
Intended for Gord. Coverage by number 11, Arcade Brown.
Ball thrown a little too far upfield. You got to bring him back down towards the wall in this direction, over here, out in front of him. Burrell introducing himself. He said, hey, I met your boy Southwick in week 1. I just wanted to introduce myself to you this week.
Four minutes deep, second quarter, Arizona by 13. 3rd and 7. Far board short of the first down, complete to Gilson.
Tackle by Phillips.
Gain of 7, 4th down and short.
Watch this motion. That's man-to-man coverage, and you've got to throw that ball. He is coming off of the motion way too fast. Way too fast. You got to be patient, but your motion man tells you what's going on. That should be your first indicator. If he's getting man, you got to give him a chance.
4th and 1.
Man coverage across the board here.
Perry in motion, looking for him. He had a step. Unable to make the acrobatic catch, going into the wall, and again, a poorly thrown ball.
Just too far outside, over the outside. Wide open, he's beat, but you got to put the ball down in that area, not outside, over his outside edge, where the fans are going to make a play. You've got extra DBs. Watch this, watch the fans reach out for that ball as well. You got that entire field back there to play with, and you got to put it up in almost in row 1.
It's another stop for the Rattler defense. You can see the frustration on the face of Perry.
But how long do you wait before you possibly go to Darren Thomas and get him in the game?
Davila,
Too easy.
touchdown. Maurice Purified.
Too easy.
14-yard strike.
Sail route, no help from the field corner. That is absolutely too easy.
Spencer down the middle. 27-7, 9:08 second quarter. This is the definition of easy after this missed throw. Perry, first play after they got it back. Open touchdown, Mo Purified. Coming up tomorrow afternoon, 1 joins CBS Sports Network from Annapolis for the Patriot League Lacrosse Championship game as Army takes on number 10, Loyola, Maryland. See who's going to be able to call themselves champs. Only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. 4 seed, the 2 seed, squaring off for the title in one of the great places to visit in the fall and spring, especially Annapolis. Another good kickoff by Spencer. Mitchell trying to do something with it, wrapped out of bounds into the wall at the 8-yard line.
I think Kerry Reed is down in the end zone. got shoved late in the back. Covering a kick by Reggie Wilson.
Man,
hate to see that.
He's their starting jack. Much well-used receiver, and obviously on special teams as well. Michigan State in his 6th year in the league. Obviously concern from Kevin Guy.
That's obviously a huge loss for this team because he does so many things. Special teams, offense, defense. Right there, he gets faked out, but then he gets kind of blocked in the back and watch right. Oh, my goodness.
Reggie Wilson.
It wasn't, I mean, nothing intentional. He just had his hands on him, but just kind of landed awkwardly.
That looked good for Reed. Take a break here in Arizona. Kerry Reed moments ago helped off the field to back into the Rattlers locker room. They're already a bit banged up at the back end of this Rattler defense, and now a guy who only has 4 games under his belt, a couple last year and only a couple this year, and that's Marcus Smith. He's going to have to move to Jack and Al Phillips, who's only been on the roster now for 3 days. Phillips will take Marcus Smith's spot in his backside corner. So number 5, Smith in at the Jack, Reed in the locker room. Peters trying to take advantage, wide open man, and he missed it. Looking for Rashad Carter, open deep.
Here's one, he just rushes. He has good protection. This is an excellent job by the offensive line. Up front, look at this wall, he's got plenty of time. He kind of rushes it. And listen, Rashad hasn't played in a long time, so he's not able to get out of that cut as fast as he might want to. But for some reason, well, not for some reason, he hasn't played a ton. Casey Peters or Rashad hasn't played a ton, but the rhythm is way off of this offense.
Arizona's only run 9 offensive plays, but a 20-point lead for the first down. Pickup is Tyrone Gord delivers a hit on our Keith Brown. A gain of 14.
Good timing on the sail route, something he's obviously comfortable throwing. Gord takes a big smack from Keith Brown.
Interceptions, 1 a pick 6 for the 5th-year man, Keith Brown from Texas A&M. 1st and 10, dump it off. Got Gabrick Callington, the tight end, pulling a defender down at the 20-yard line of Arizona, a gain of 8.
That's a really good job of Coach James testing Marcus Smith to make sure he's ready for the double release. You're going to have bigs going out both ways, back out in the flat there. He goes back to the tight end, but Smith sits right between. He sits right between the 2 guys, forces the quarterback to make the throw, and then goes and makes the tackle. That's an excellent job.
Great tackle on a big guy. Smith, obviously, the size, not quite there. Look at end zone. Carter, one-handed grab, and a touchdown with a marker down. Rashad Carter.
Complete to Carter. Penalty marker down.
Penalty back at midfield, on the line of scrimmage. It'll be against Portland.
Personal foul, hands to the face and face mask, number 72 offense. 10-yard penalty, second half.
Duke Robinson, they just brought him in to play guard this week. 6'6", 335 out of Oklahoma.
You get a look, he's right here on the edge. But comes right off with the hands in the face, and he can't get it out. Damian Burrell. Good call. Again, Portland shoots himself in the foot. Mistakes at inopportune times.
Second down and 13 from the 20. Looking for Gord. He's wide open. And then at the end, he dropped it. Wow. This is impossible.
That's really good hustle by KJ Morton. He's out of position, but watch him hustle all the way through, and just him being there, you should not under any circumstances drop this ball. However, the hustle right here to get in his vision, just to give him something else to see, is a great job of effort by KJ Morton.
But on the other side, if you're Portland, if you're Ron James, what are you thinking right now?
We can't do anything. We can't do anything right. And that just said it all right there. Perfect timing.
Wow. And now a timeout. 3rd and 13 upcoming. Peters has missed some open throws, open touchdown throws. That time he puts it right in the right spot. It's dropped by Gord. They had the mishandled snap earlier. It was a half-yard touchdown the other way for the Rattlers.
I mean, if not for that play, the score is possibly 20-14. He's missed a few guys on 4th down. I mean, this is a closer game than the score indicates right now.
And you had an interception for the. Finally, Portland gets an interception, but it gets wiped off by a penalty.
They just scored a touchdown there. It gets wiped off by a penalty.
All right, Cassie McKinney, beg your pardon there, with an update.
Yeah, guys, a quick update on Kerry Reed from the team doctor. We saw that he needed help getting off the field, and he couldn't put any pressure on that right leg all the way back into the training room. I'm actually told it's his right knee. He's back there getting x-rays as we speak, and they're not sure if he will be back. I will give you any more updates as we get them, guys.
Thanks, Cassie, and it looked pretty ugly. I don't expect to see him back in the ballgame.
Peters, pocket crumbles. Man, got there early defensively on Perry, but no call. 11 yards. He's able to somehow make the catch despite the early contact.
The ball was pinned to his body by the hit, and he was early. But you're going to see him run the dig route from here, coming right across the field, right into traffic, and the ball was pinned by Phillips on the hit, right to his body.
Phillips excited to be in the game. 4th and 2.
Man-to-man coverage. Have a plan early.
Perry, the motion man. Perry, hand fighting, knocked away. Keith Brown, and it's another stop for the Arizona defense.
This is incidental contact right here, and this is not on the quarterback. This is a poor job by your receiver, just trying to run wide and away. He doesn't do anything to move the DB. He just runs. There's no plan. There's no plot. There's no plan there. You got to do a better job setting up. Tough series for Portland. And feel bad for Casey Peters because he was actually doing a really good job there, putting the ball in good spots, penalties, drop passes, killing his team.
He keeps battling. But they're down 20. Davila zings it, dropped, marker down, back in the line of scrimmage. Amos unable to haul that one in.
It's a good dig route, just kind of relaxed on it.
Holding, offense number 52. Penalties after this to go. Repeat first down.
That's Michael Simons, the tight end. That first drive for Portland, 2 plays, a quick touchdown, silenced the crowd for a moment. Since then, it has been nothing but frustrations, which is a microcosm of their season so far.
It really has. And look at all the plays. They've made plays, but they just can't sustain anything.
Rifled near side. Purified out across the 20. Flag down.
It's like me on the golf course. I'll hit a good drive and shank one. You know, you just don't sustain anything.
You had a tough front 9 yesterday, but you battled back on the back 9.
That's what they say. That's what they call it.
Illegal defense, number 99 defense, rushed outside the A-gap. That penalty's declined, first down.
So another break for the Arizona offense.
And the only reason that stuff happens is if your guys are going off script. If you've got a line charge on and they're not doing what they're supposed to, if they're supposed to go wide, if they're supposed to rush wide and they go take an inside charge, this is who the penalty's on here. And right there, that is not legal. Even though Nick kind of steps around the throw, you can't go outside there. And I'm not, you know.
Dave Kataya.
Penalty is declined, 1st and 8.
Kataya's been busy here tonight. So 1st and 8. Now Guy wants an explanation. Eighth-year head coach here in Arizona for Kevin Guy, 16th overall.
The completed pass did not result in a 1st down. This penalty is a 5-yard penalty and is an automatic 1st down.
So they get it cleared up.
They accept the not accepted penalty from a few minutes ago.
108 wins. 2011 AFL Coach of the Year, Kevin Guy. And the head coach and GM here in Phoenix again for 8 years. And again, those back-to-back-to-back titles, 12, 13, and 14. Davila on first, retreats, throws, nobody there. First row, a souvenir.
Great hit. You're going to get a rough in the passer. And again, don't stop hurting yourself. It's when you're the sheriff in town, everybody wants to get a piece of you.
Yep.
Every chance they can.
There are 2 fouls in the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer defense. In addition, intentional grounding, number 11 of the offense. There was no player in the area, and the ball was thrown from the pocket. Those penalties offset. Replay the down.
So replay it.
We had Maurice Purify going on a dig route. Didn't like it, and Maurice stopped. Stopped in the middle of the field, came back and returned out. Watch Mo P. He's going across, and then he settles, and he throws it out. It's a good call by the official.
Replay, dumped off out of the backfield, rumbling ahead, breaking tackles, hopping over defenders out near midfield. Michael Benson, a hard-earned 10 yards.
Yeah, the quarterback's getting hit. What do? You hit him with a double move or double release. You get the screen, they get it out, set up nicely. Got to get those little guys to block for you, big fella. You're blocking for them when they're catching those touchdowns. Got to give them some encouraging words to help them go down and block.
Second down 1. So they gave him 9. Davila guns it, caught. Near boards inside the 15, Rod Windsor. And for Windsor, catch number 2. His first one went 48 yards for a touchdown. This one goes for 15.
Good looking dig route. You know you've got man-to-man coverage on the backside. Really good route.
Came in number 1 in the league in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Flip it out, and this one is a live ball there, and just covered up around the 22 by Windsor.
Smart play. A lot of people would have just stopped. The ball was thrown backwards.
So that was a fumble, and now player down.
Timeout for the
That's Dexter Davis Jr. Kind of an undersized defensive end from Friends University.
He plays with a ton of power and leverage for his size.
Loss of 9 on that play.
Half Moon Sports Grill, located on 21st Street and Highland.
That's a good sign. He's, for the most part, able to go off here under his own power. You know, talking to Ron James today, he said, we've got a good locker room. We just need to taste success. But he has felt really good that even though they've been getting blown out in games, the leadership, the character of these guys kind of circling the wagons around each other.
They've hung in there. It's tough. It's hard. I went through a season of playing horrible, losing game. It's hard. It's hard to maintain that big picture focus when week in and week out you're not playing well.
Davila. Purified drops it. James says no false positives for the coaching staff. We're not going to blow smoke at anybody. The big thing is making the expectations known.
Got the old 1-1-6 route. Mo P comes around and runs a dig. Ball's laid out there. He wants to stop and run and score, but doesn't make the catch. Can't look it in.
A couple of drops for him in this first half. Will get us almost to the 1-minute warning. Davila, final play. Before that, tip caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Anthony Amos.
Well designed and a better catch. A better catch than people are going to think. This ball is actually tipped by Sergio Gillum. He's just going to follow and run the little skinny post inside. Watch the ball tip right there. Great job of concentration. And then to score with it as well.
Sports Grill on 21st Street Highland.
Spencer. Got it. 21-yard touchdown. As Arizona once again, for the 5th time in the first half, crossing the Geico goal line. Anthony Amos, concentration, catch, and the easy score, and it's 34-7 with less than a minute in the first half. .34 unanswered for Kevin Guy's team. They were down 7-0 after 2 plays from scrimmage. It's been all Rattlers since. They came in 4-0 with 3 blowouts. And then an overtime 7-point win over Jacksonville last Saturday night. Spencer sends it away. Short kick this time. Taken by Terrence Mitchell. Mitchell can't get to the 5. Taken down after an 11-yard kickoff return. The latest news, scores, and stats, log on to arenafootball.com. Whether you want to check out special features on the league's brightest stars or watch live games, arenafootball.com is where it's at.
Really not comfortable throwing Thomas in there. Without 1 day of practice, I mean, even knowing the signals and all the little nuances that you need to know, he's going to stick with Casey, who actually got off to a good roll. His last drive, they just, too many mistakes.
They dropped a touchdown. Peters is 10 of 22. From inside the 5, got a man going down the middle, good touch, and the catch is made by Mitchell. Terrence Mitchell playing some offense, and that's a big gainer down near the 10-yard line of 35 yards.
Nice release inside. Throwing it back to the two-way days, Terrence Mitchell. Hey, man, every able-bodied man has got to get out there.
Timeout called by Arizona. And that's a good ball by Peters.
It's a really good ball. Gave him a chance. Gave this guy a chance.
Coming up, Arena Football halftime show. Highlights from the Rattlers' amazing overtime win over Jacksonville last week. Sets power rankings. Can't wait for that. First half stats and highlights all coming up at halftime from here inside the Snake Pit. Portland 0-3 coming in. Arizona 4-0. This holds up Arizona. We'll face the other unbeaten team, Orlando, next week here on CBS Sports Network. Either way, they're going to face each other.
It's going to be a battle.
It looks like they're both going to be unbeaten. From the 11, Peters looking for some momentum inside the final minute. Flag down. Looking for Tom Gilson on the back shoulder throw.
Phillips on the coverage.
Phillips in coverage.
You get PIs on, 2 PIs on Arizona. Which one do you want to take?
There are 2 fouls on the play, illegal defense. Number 94, linebacker out of the box. That penalty's declined. Pass interference defense, number 14. Penalties accepted, half the distance to go, automatic first down.
They accept the Al Phillips
add time to the clock.
penalty.
Called Tyree Glasper for drifting there. And there's a grab by Phillips, but they called Tyree Glasper for drifting at the linebacker spot.
Gilson only 1 catch so far. Looking end zone for him. Into double coverage that time. He got blown up.
This is a tough matchup for Tom. Tom likes space. He likes to run. They throw the corner. Watch the field corner fall off and get into the action. Ball's behind. He's trying to go up and make a play, but that's a good job again by KJ Morton to finish a play. But we've seen that a couple times where this kid just finishes plays.
Rookie from Baylor, Morton. Handoff. And getting stuffed. And pushed backwards is Kevin Myers. You don't often see that. Damian Burrell.
Burrell is a monster. Look at that tackle. Stands him up. Demetrio Tyson in there as well. I mean, you think those guys were ready for the run?
No, Luis Vasquez, he's banged up. So it's Hawthorne, Burrell, Tyson, and then McAllister as well, the 4D linemen tonight. Arizona, and they have been solid. In the National Division Conference, the Rattlers 4-0. Kiss 2-2, Gladiators 1-4, Steel 0-3. And then in the American, the Predators 5-0, and again on CBS Sports Network next Saturday it'll be Preds and Rattlers. And again, said your power rankings at halftime. I'm interested. I know the Rattlers will be number 1. Will Philly, with 1 loss, be number 2, or the other unbeaten team, Orlando, be number 2? Stay tuned.
You have to wait and see.
Gord, 3rd and goal from the 6. Gord in motion. They look underneath. It's caught, trying to get there, but unable to do so is Carter. He gets to the doorstep, about the 1.5 on a gain of 5.
Wow. You want to talk about textbook tackling. Oh, that's a great hit. That's on Tyrone Gord right there. He's got to get his man out of there because he's sitting there dancing around with Arkeith Brown. He's dancing there. Get him out of there. If you get him out of there, Arkeith Brown is running, chasing you across the back of the end zone instead of coming up and smacking your guy in the face, stopping a touchdown.
12.8 seconds, 4th and goal from the 1. They're rocking tonight. Good sports night. Late afternoon baseball game, the Diamondbacks and Rockies. About a block away. 4th and goal for the Portland Steel. And Casey Peters. Timeout. They burn their 2nd.
Looks like they came out that last formation, trying to get tight to the field and go around motion, get your big guy out in space, and try and create some space for Tyrone Gord to go up for a jump ball, give him an option to run around.
Just $75 at Arizona Rattlers football.
Or I don't feel like they'll run the ball here, so they're going to try to get it to one of the big players. Tyrone Gord, bring him around in motion to the field with a lot of space to work. So your jack has to help to the front side. Gord's going to motion him. He's going to motion around to the wide side of the field and try to get open.
4th, looking that way. Gord, jump ball, he caught it. Top of the wall. Touchdown, Gord on 4th.
to Gord, 1 yard.
Portland on a 1-yard touchdown, finally back on the scoreboard.
Well, there's a lot of fight in this dog. These guys just keep going. They knew it was coming, but you don't go up and stop it. He tries to play through the hands, and big, strong hands. He hangs on and get off. Gave him a little extra look there at the end for good measure.
Gord with his second touchdown catch. Ernesto Lacayo. Right down the middle, 7.6 seconds. And it's 34-14 on a 5-play, 46-yard touchdown drive that took 47 seconds.
They knew it was coming. They're motioning around the big player outside. You see him just catch the snap and throw it up. Good timing, great concentration. You're sitting on that wall, knowing you can go over. Our Keith Brown sees it coming, tries to play through the hands. That's what you're taught to do. Go through the hands and strip. But he can't get it out of there. Much needed. Positive.
Yes.
For Portland going into half.
First touchdown since that opening drive, which only took a minute 13. Peters he's been better.
He's scrappy. He's hung in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it got bad at times where he could have just folded his tent. He's continued to scrap.
He's playing, obviously, for his job. I mean, they just signed Terrence Thomas, and Ron James said we expect Thomas to be the guy. Again, Thomas is yet to practice. He just got medically cleared yesterday to play, and there he is with Peters.
But he's always been, even when he was on the team before, when he wasn't a starter, he's always been a positive guy. He's always been one of those guys that's a good teammate. You know, one of the guys you root for.
Kyle sends it away. Amos out of the slag net. Comes out to the 5. Darren Thomas signing this week. He's the starting quarterback for the Oregon Ducks during the 2010-2011 seasons. Led the Ducks to 2 consecutive Pac-12 championships and 2 BCS bowl games. He had 66 touchdown throws, only 11 picks. He ran for another 9 touchdowns. Led them to the Rose Bowl championship in 2012. And he's played 22 arena games for this Portland franchise over the last 2 seasons, and now comes back again this week. A completion from Dowell, Purified, gained 16, and now 2.2 seconds for Arizona to work.
This is where you expect to see the block dig. You get 2 guys clearing out, run a dig from the backside, and hope your guys turn in the blockers early. Give your guy a chance to score.
Amos in motion, 2.2. Flip it out. Step out of bounds at 0.2 to near perfection. Out to midfield to Windsor, a gain of 5 and 1 final crack at the end zone.
Brings him a 2nd down.
I'm gonna feel try a net play. I mean, you got some size.
I'd love it.
You got some size down there with Purify and Windsor.
It's good off the net if you catch it. It's good off the sideboards.
The thing is, when those 2 guys have the ball in their hands, they're tough to bring down.
Windsor in motion. Final play, dump it off instead. Benson not going to do it. Gained a couple. That's halftime, 34-14.
Michael Simon forgot his assignment.
That's the end of the first half.
And that play would have been huge.
Portland 14.
Davila. 7 of 11, 143, 4 touchdowns. 2 scores for Anthony Amos, 1 for Purify, 1 for Windsor. Ron James' team scored on their opening possession, then their final possession. They trail 34-14. Cassie McKinney with Coach Kevin Guy.
Coach, you couldn't quite hold Portland off on their last touchdown, but your defense has showed up tonight. How have they been coming up with all these big stops?
Well, they're playing well on defense. We're a little sloppy on offense, but, you know, we just played situational football there, got them in the 4th down, just didn't execute right there. They made a play, so we're making everything tough on them. We're making them compete for everything, so, you know, we'll get the ball in the second half, so, you know, that's why we kind of played it safe right there at the end, and we'll come out and put some points on the board.
And unfortunately, Kerry Reed leaves with the injury. How does that change your offense for the second half?
Well, it's not going to change our offense. It's just, you know, it's going to change our substitution. But, you know, injuries are a part of the game. I'll get in here at halftime, see how he's doing, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Coach.
Chase Deatter, who right now is their 5th receiver, a healthy scratch tonight. That was the one negative, really, was Reed going down. 34-14 Rattlers. You're watching Arena Football on CBS Sports Network.
Points out there in the board in the first half, okay? You know, hey, does anybody feel like we can't play with these guys? I mean, hey, shoot, we're giving them points. We're giving them points. We're hurting ourselves. The second half, be efficient, get after them, be more physical, and be methodical when we're in the red zone. We got to win. 3rd and 4th and shorts, receivers, we got to convert, and we have got to win in those situations. Get pressure on the quarterback, defensive line. DBs, take a chance or two. Get our hands in the throwing lane. Let's turn the tide of this football game. We're going to win this thing. We got to go now. We got to go now.
Hey, come on.
Hey, 3rd quarter. You got to own the 3rd quarter. We'll worry about the 4th when it gets there. Own the 3rd quarter. Steal on 3. 1, 2, 3. Steal. Let's go.
And with that, we send it down in a 34-14 game to Cassie McKinney with the quarterback of the steal, Casey Peters.
Casey, you guys get some momentum right before the end of the half. What was Coach's message to you guys in the locker room?
Just to come out and start fast again, and we have to win the 3rd quarter. The 4th quarter we'll worry about later. Right now we got to start fast, get a stop, come out and go score.
And what do you think of the way you played in the first half, how you handled everything?
I made some good plays, but overall I'm not that happy with it. I missed a couple throws, missed a 4th down route on an over at a wide open receiver, so a little frustrated with that, but we'll bounce back this half and play well.
And you say you guys need to win the 3rd quarter. How do you do that?
Just same thing I said before the game. We come out, get completions, and we've been doing a good job of moving the football. We've just been getting stopped in the red zone, so we need to convert once we get in the red zone and convert on 3rd and 4th down.
Best of luck, Casey. Thanks.
So Cassie with Casey, and that's the game plan. You gotta like the guy's attitude.
Love the attitude. And that was awesome. A stand-up guy, like, listen, I missed some throws, but we just gotta win this 3rd quarter.
Yep.
We'll worry about the 4th quarter when it happens.
34-14, the Rattlers, 4-0. Nick Davila, count of 14, 167, 4 scores first half. Opening kickoff from the Geico goal line from the foot. Ernesto Lacayo. Anthony Amos back deep, who's got a couple of receiving touchdowns so far.
Amos is one of those guys, man, that is waiting to erupt. He is a star on the rise in this league. Talking to Sia Burley, he thinks he has a chance to be one of the best guys to do it, ever.
Second half underway. Amos off the net. Blow it dead.
It hit the Casino, Arizona sign. It hit the Casino.
Goes to the touchback. Puts it at the 5-yard line.
However, it's at the official's discretion. If it hits that and ricochets in a way that it's not playable, this big thing here is directly behind the net. But this comes right off to him in a candy hop, and you're just conditioned. You know what I mean? It's an easy hop right to him. So I get why he blew it dead, because it hit it. That's the rule.
Yep.
But chance for continuous play. Let it go.
Flipped it out to Rod Windsor. Windsor. Rod Windsor. The gain of 23.
Tackled by Wilson. Put enough yardage for
That's Bama strong right there. Just catches a shuffle pass. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 came back to try to make the tackle again. That's just strong on a little shuffle pass screen.
Davila. Marker down. Amos got held up by McMillan.
He gave him an old double move route. You run the screen on first down, come back on the next first down, and run a double move, which you're going to expect that defensive line.
Pass interference defense, number 4. 10-yard penalty automatic, first down.
You expect the motion man here. He's going to come up and give him a stutter there and go back to it. And McMillan gets caught flat-footed and just grabs. But right after a screenplay, you come back, you know that D-line's not rushing hard. You're going to give yourself a chance to take a shot. And he was in good position. He just didn't turn and run.
From the 13. Flip it out, Windsor. Wide open space, touchdown. My goodness. 13-yard score.
See, sometimes when you're getting beat playing man-to-man, you want to go play zone, but what I don't like about zone coverage sometimes is you get caught covering nothing. And there's a few guys out here covering nothing. This is so wide open. Someone has to release and pass a receiver and come back down to it.
Spencer. 41-14.
You can't do this to a quarterback like Nick Davila. He reads the progression. Everybody inside. No one wants to take the flat. That's Rod Windsor out there, folks. All he does is catch touchdown.
2 tonight, 17 on the year. Meantime, Davila has thrown a ton as well. Rod Windsor, the end zone again. Leads the AFL in receptions, receiving yards, touchdowns, continues his big numbers tonight. And Arizona now leads 41-14, 38 straight games. The touchdown catch for number 1. We'll hear from him momentarily. Spencer sends it away. Mitchell. And this one gets caught up. No chance for Mitchell. Peters back out there. He's battled, as you mentioned. It's been a little off and on, but closed the half pretty well with a late touchdown. As we head down to Cassie with Rod.
Well, Rod, you are a touchdown machine. 2 tonight. Walk us through that last one.
Oh, they was playing off, and we just had a little outlet, and I was wide open. He threw me the ball, and I just walked in, basically.
And this organization is so successful on a lot of levels. Tell us about the culture that you guys have built here.
We just bought in. We bought in into arena football and bought in into winning, and everybody want to win, and that's what we came to do.
And what do you guys need to do for the rest of the game to stay on top?
Oh, just keep doing what we're doing, come out and executing our plays and putting it down to them.
And talk about your defense. They've had a huge night and all the stops that they've come up with.
Oh, yeah, man. They coming to work. They're a young defense, and they're coming along. It's a good game for them and give them some momentum going on down the road.
All right, thanks so much.
Windsor, 6th year from Western New Mexico. And see, that's the connection with Davila. This is rare in the AFL. In 2016.
Especially in this era, it's rare to have guys that have been together so long. And that matters because trust is a huge thing in the game of football.
Peters looking long. Underthrew his man. Chance for an interception there, Arkeith Brown. But it's caught. What an effort coming back to the ball by Rashad Carter.
That's a good effort by Rashad on the corner route. Ball's thrown a little late. You got to put it out there and let it go. He floats it. Arkeith dives at it and has it. The former quarterback from Tusculum is able to rip it away. That's a good effort by Arkeith, though. Great camera shot right there.
Yeah. Standing work by our CBS Sports Network crew here tonight from the Snake Pit. Flag down, looking end zone. Gord got held up. The marker back at the line of scrimmage.
Penalty marker down.
This crew of wide receivers, we hear from Dave Kataya, who's thus far the player of the game now. He's
been busy.
Illegal formation offense. The tight end was covered by the wide receiver. That penalty's declined. Second down.
Second down 10. Carter in motion. Looking underneath. Gord the catch. Spins out of the tackle. And he get there. Touchdown. Gord. 13 yards.
He almost relaxed too soon.
He did.
I don't know what was going on. I felt like I'm in the twilight zone right now. He almost relaxed and darn near fumbled that ball. It's a good choice underneath. Arizona's just playing combos, so they're sitting in zones waiting, and he relaxes right there. And again, young Rattlers secondary finishing plays through the whistle.
Micaiah. Markers down.
Ball was tipped, though. The ball was tipped. It shouldn't be a flag for running into the kicker. The ball was tipped.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker. 92 defense. The try is good. That is a personal foul to be carried over for the first play after kicker.
Extra point by Micaiah.
The ball's tipped. We have the luxury up here of being able to see it for a second time. Dave Katai and his crew doing their best, but that looks ugly. Points up and stand.
Marquise Brown has been a big factor defensively tonight.
He's been physical. He's back in the middle where he played a few years ago, but he's just continued to harass the Portland receivers play after play, and I feel like he's due for that interception. He's been close, but he is in the right spot. He is close to getting it done, and I'll tell you what, he's getting more and more comfortable getting back to that middle spot, which he played in a few years back.
7 tackles tonight. 3 interceptions on the year. Micaiah kicks it away from the Geico goal line. Onside kick, good hop, still loose. Opportunity, and it looks like the man without the helmet from Portland.
The play.
Onside kick attempt
McMillan.
by Portland.
It is, it's recovered by McMillan. Without his helmet.
This is a carryover foul. Personal foul, roughing the kicker from the try. That's the same yard penalty added into that.
Tyrone Gord with the great strip. And a player that loses its helmet, I thought the play was dead, but it's in the middle of the play, and he gets in the fracas right there. And wow, goes in, I mean, man. Great job by Gord, though. He stripped it right out of the hands of Maurice Purify.
Plus there was a roughing the kicker, so it's out to 20 of the Rattlers. Peters, and not there.
Peters pass.
Jared Perry.
Yeah, that man, Marquise Brown, he stays high and lets Jared Perry do all the dancing underneath him. Stays in his back pedal, does a great job right here. And literally runs the route for Jared Perry. It's been a quiet night for this group of receivers we talked about early on. Tom Gilson, just two catches. Gord has had a good night, but 2-3 catches apiece, that's not going to get it done.
Peters is 15 of 30. Second down rolling. Nothing there. Fired into the stands.
Peters pass incomplete. Pressure by Tyree Glasper.
Glasper again providing pressure.
Giving him so much room off the motion. And they're still running the over routes instead of just running a PC route. A post curl, something in the middle where you can hook up in front of the guy. It's obvious these DBs are not afraid of the speed of the steel receivers because they're staying in close proximity not worried about getting beat over the top.
3rd and 10, play clock down to 2. Got it off. Peters down, and the marker down in the secondary. Demetrio Tyson.
They might have the jack.
Illegal contact, defense number 5. Contact with an eligible receiver more than 5 yards downfield. The 5-yard penalty, also an automatic first down.
Well, if he's more than 5 yards down the field, wouldn't that be illegal defense by the jack?
Yes.
Not illegal contact, wouldn't it? So he's allowed to get within 5 yards straight outside and make contact.
It's a gray area sometimes. Although you don't think that was all that gray, do you?
That's my guy, Kevin, too. I love Kevin. That's my guy. But that's the jack. That's not a DB. So he can only go 5 yards. So is it illegal defense? Or is it, illegal contact?
It's 1st and 10, I know that. Portland down 20. Quick hitter, Carter. Rashad Carter making nice moves down to the 6. Carter getting his first action of the year, gains 9 there, and he's had a pretty nice night. 4th catch there.
Talked about just running a little sit-down route inside in front of the DBs. Allow your big receivers to run with the ball after the catch.
So inside the 15, Portland offense has entered the Geico blue zone. 2nd and 1. Play clock down under 5. Motion man Gilson. Left side quarterback keeper, nothing there. Davian Burrell again in the backfield. And a loss of 1.
That's not a play that you can run against this team, especially not with their ends as strong. And then you don't block him. You go away from him. You leave him alone because he's on the backside. You're going to block down and down. You can't do that. Look how quick he gets down the line of scrimmage. Play takes too long. You can't do that against this front.
6:48 to play. 41-21. 3rd and 1. Cord, the motion man. Peters lost it. Picked it up. Finally falls on it back at the 19.
Recovered by Peters.
That's happened to me a few times, and I know how it feels. You feel like you're one of the 3 Stooges. You get ready to throw it. These are brand new balls, folks, so if it's just been thrown in the game, extremely waxy, he's getting ready to get rid of it, but a good job of covering it up and not making a bad play worse by turning it over.
Nice look. Excellent work. Camera crew down on the field. And in arena football, they certainly put themselves in danger. On 4th down, going end zone, broken up on the underthrow. Intended for Terrence Mitchell. And the Arizona defense with another stop. And our Keith Brown right in the middle of it once again.
Our Keith Brown takes the motion, dominates the motion. Not in my house. 4th down, shut down, double move. No work here. Get off the field.
If you want access to every AFL game at once, go to arenafootball.com. Click AFL Live for the online broadcasts of games around the league. Keith Brown has been in the middle of everything. Marcus Smith, their number 5, now playing the jack thanks to the injury, unfortunately, to Kerry Reed, who plays receiver and jack. As Michael Benson spins forward out in midfield. 4 yards.
Good start, little plunge play.
Brings up a 2nd down.
Michael Benson is really having an outstanding year. He's turned into such a good pass protector. Catches the ball well with his hands out of the backfield. Offsides again. They go short, quick loop. He's offsides again. That's on double L there, Latin laser. That's on Nick. Got to get snapped.
Offsides offense, number 1, the high motion man. That's a dead ball foul and a 10-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Cassie with Keith.
Keith, you have been all over the place. Have you caught your breath yet?
I'm trying to. I'm just trying to make plays for my team.
And you've come up with some big stops. Walk us through what you're seeing out there.
Well, I give it all up to the D-line. You know, without the D-line, I can't, the DBs, we can't go. So pressure picks, cover, sack, I owe it all to the D-line.
What is the D-line doing tonight that's been so great?
We call it pressure picks, cover, sack. They're getting pressure on the quarterback and we're covering in the back.
Hey, easy enough, right?
Easy enough.
Thank you.
Purified touchdown with a marker down and a long one from Davila that time. .38 yards if it stands.
Illegal defense, number 9 defense. Incorrect linebacker blitzing. That doesn't decline.
Davila is complete to number 2, Maurice Purify. 38.
Purify about as open as you can get in this league.
That's from a standstill. That's a great route. Good call. Good combination. You can get guys that can get off the football in a hurry from a dead set. You can create some mismatches against some of these corners who like to look and stare in the backfield.
Spencer good again. 4:12 third quarter. Arizona leads 48-21.
Air Mel, this is way too easy. You see the switch route? DB Shelley gets caught peeking in the wrong places. Touchdown.
Football season never ends. It gets crazier. Step into the arena for a showdown between the Rattlers and the Predators. Next Saturday, 7:30 Eastern, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Barring a miracle for Portland, both teams going to be unbeaten going in, and you will be in Orlando for that game.
Are you not entertained?
Off the bar, Mitchell falling on it, end zone. Arizona's there as well. Mitchell fighting with Purify.
Kickoff off the nets, recovered by Mitchell.
Wow. Spencer's had like 3 or 4 bar balls tonight.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of kicking. That's a tough one, but as the up back, you got to go help your guy. Either go block somebody or go get the ball. You got to do one of the two.
One of the two.
One of the two has to happen if you're the up back. That's why you're called the up back. Dave Kataya with the forearm shiver right there, folks. Did you see that?
Yes.
He still looked like he had it a little bit. A little forearm shiver from Dave Kataya.
Defense.
Under 4 in the third, 48-27 Rattlers. Peters back out there. Rolls out left, fires. Third row. Talked about that showdown next week, and there it is. 4-0. Rattlers probably going to be 5-0. So it would be 5-0 against 5-0 in week 6.
In the jungle. Arizona travels well. Orlando at home will play well. Rob Keefe will have those guys ready to play. They're a talented bunch of guys. Brandon Tompkins, one of the more talented guys. 7 tubs yesterday. That's touchdowns in layman's terms. I was just letting you know.
Yeah, I got it.
I mean, guy's special. And so is that guy. That guy's special right there. It's going to be a fun one.
From the end zone, Peters pulls it down. He's in trouble, able to get out of there. Out to at the 1.5, he lost 3. These guys just continue to come after you. That time, it's Chris McAllister.
It's relentless. And Big John Collins, you know, is getting bull rush from Burrell at the nose spot with quickness and power, getting up into him. You know, it takes a couple steps, but when you're in the red zone, you don't have that time to gather and allow yourself to catch. You've got to fire out, maybe change, like I said earlier, change protection, slide and help in the middle.
1 on the play clock. Incomplete, looking for Carter.
Intended for Carter.
4th down coming up.
Timing, rhythm, that's one you don't miss. It's just a simple stack route in the middle. Sometimes when you're in a hurry, things kind of get like that. You kind of rush your throws. He's got to try to find a way to calm himself here. Complete a pass, and it's going to be tough to use a cadence because the crowd is into it.
Complete, shy of the 1st down. Well shot. Flag down.
Complete to Mitchell. Penalty marker down.
Mitchell caught at gain 9. We'll see what the penalty is.
It's on the offense. Receivers weren't set. It's a legal formation.
Illegal shift offense. The team was not set for a second after coming to the line of scrimmage. That penalty's declined. 1st down.
That's one of those little carryover things that maybe you do in practice and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Where you don't take a check and make sure everybody's set before you go in motion. If you're the motion man, you should look and see if everybody's set. But it's just one of those things. It's one of those things that happens to a young team that's trying to find themselves, and they got to figure out a way so that kind of stuff doesn't happen.
Yeah. Final moments of the 3rd.
Nick was 1 of 4 at one point.
Hasn't missed many since. Touchdown win. 11 yards.
Now he's 13 of 17, 7 touchdowns.
So he's missed on 1 since.
1 since. He's pretty good.
The Latin laser.
He's pretty good, man. He's pretty good.
Shades of said fun.
No way, man. He shades of himself. He stands alone.
You won 2 arena titles for this Rattlers franchise. Early 2000s led them to 3 straight arena bowls. Sprinting from the other end of the field, the Arizona bench is Michael Simons. Need one more guy here for Spencer's PAT. Off the bar. He's so used to hitting bars on those kickoffs. He's been pretty good on those tonight, so I think he's all right with a miss there.
Another sail route. This is wide open. Look at him stick it right on the face. And Rod Windsor doing what he does. See that 1, 2, 3 pat, ball's out. Timing. And he loves it. As he should.
Well, the 16, 6 touchdown. I got to update it. You're right. It's at 7 now. Wow. Can't keep up.
13 to 17. Yeah. He's moving fast.
You just mentioned
228. 229, excuse me.
229.
Very efficient.
The 7 touchdowns that you mentioned. Windsor, 5 receptions, 91 yards, 3 scores. And the fans haven't gone home, in case you were wondering.
No, they stay in the stake pit until they shut her down.
They have built quite a place. Quite a franchise. Mitchell, nowhere to go, caged in, wrestled down at the 4-yard line, 10-yard return. And you got to be part of this. I mean, how special is it? You come back a lot now because you do these television broadcasts, but is it cool every time you walk in this place?
Man, I get goosebumps every time I come in here, like I'm getting ready to go play. Start playing the music, my hairs get a little stand up. I mean, I get excited to come in this building. It's fun. But I get excited to go in every building. But this just was home for so long. And we had such a good group here. Now to watch them kind of do it their own way with their own group, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Carter in motion. And a big crowd tonight as Gordon makes the catch, but I mean, you guys are like a rock star. This thing, you couldn't find a seat when you guys had this thing rolling a few years back. Gain of 3, ends the third. The Arizona Rattlers, dynasty right now of the Arena Football League. Here in week 5, doing what they've been doing for the last several years. And they've been doing this season, that's dominating. End of 3. 54-21 Arizona. You're watching the Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network. There's the banner. Sed Bonner played here from 93 to 2007, 15 seasons in the Arena Football League. A Hall of Fame quarterback sitting beside me here tonight. And Arizona, you guys had so many dominant teams, so many good teams, and great players, Hall of Fame guys maybe just came up short of Hall of Fame. And the way they've been able to do it again the last few years, the back-to-back Arena Bowl titles. And I mean, you completed over 3,300 passes for over 42,000 yards, 855 touchdowns. Winningest quarterback in NFL football history, inducted into the Hall of Fame back in 2012. And we talked about it in that last segment. You get goosebumps when you still walk into this place. And I know you give a lot of credit to your teammates and the people here of Arizona, but you really got to experience one of the best individual and team experiences, both men go up, in the history, really, of the Arena Football League.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was extremely blessed to even wind up here. So that, when I look back and think about all the things we were able to do together with Hunky and Randy Gatewood and Mark Tucker and all the guys that we had, you looked at the graphic of the Arizona Rattlers now that have been together. We played together, some of us, for 10 years straight. Yeah. That's kind of unheard of, and you know, those are lifelong relationships that I'll take with me forever.
Walking around with you before the game, and you're like a rock star still here. I love it. Peters fired near side. Gilson just hammers. He makes a catch. Peters might have gotten a hit late. Penalty marker back in the backfield.
Burrell gives him the twice over. He missed.
Holding offense from 72. Penalties after this to go. Repeat second down.
He missed Rashad Carter. They flashed him on the motion. They flashed him and then left him wide open, leaving the field corner to come all the way over the top.
Loss of 8. What do you do at quarterback here going forward? What's the answer?
You know what? I think the issues are bigger than at the quarterback spot right now, because Casey Peters has done some good things. He hasn't played. He's a guy that doesn't have a ton of reps. He's got to get some reps. I'm not so sure.
Peters pass incomplete. Knocked down the line of
A huge touchdown back of the end zone.
penalty marker down.
Duke Robinson mixing it up with Burrell. I'd be upset if Burrell was treating me the way he's been treating those boys down there today.
It's like if you're Robinson, you'd sign this week, and you get literally thrown right into the snake pit against a formidable front line that's been very good defensively tonight for the Rattlers.
After the play was over, personal foul offense number 72. In addition, number 20, 12, and 23 for Portland entered the field, participated in the fight. They are both ejected.
Get dusted up, and Burrell throws him down and then shows his Rocky moves.
Two guys leave the bench. They're out.
can't come off the bench, even if you're trying to break anything up, because it looks bad. You're coming running at somebody. You don't know what they don't know what you're trying to do.
And it's Tyrone Gord, one of your top target receiver tonight. Mitchell, Perry or other makes some catch and gets hammered. So Tyrone Gord as well as Bryce Pila ejected from the game. A gain of 7 there to Perry. They had Danny Southwick for 3 games. And then they released him, had the bye week. Got Casey Peters ready. Got Darren Thomas back in the fold. Thomas didn't get a chance to practice. Seen the ups and the downs from Peters tonight. You wonder what it looks like next week there, but as you just said, a lot of bigger issues. 4th and 15. Over the middle, it's intercepted. Behind the receiver and picked off by Al Phillips.
It's just weird to see somebody wearing that jersey number. That's a great break on the football. It's weird to see somebody besides Hunky Cooper wearing that, but Al makes the play. Phillips breaks on it. Thanks for the gimme.
Davila leads Portland in 2 games. 12 touchdowns, no interceptions this year. They won the first one 80-28 in week 1. Largest margin of victory in Rattlers history. Leading 54-21 early in the 4th here tonight. Caught at the 10, Amos. Gain of 15.
The more reps they can get this guy, the better they're going to be. It's a guy that can stretch the field, great speed. On the tight end to declare.
Windsor in motion, flip it out to him. Windsor, touchdown. 9 yards on that one.
He's just strong, man. He's strong. He's physical with the ball in his hands. And listen, you got to give it up for Mo P. Anthony Amos out in front blocking. Look at the guys locked up, blocking out in front. And the professional, as I call him, and Randy Gatewood calls him Rod the God. Rod the God.
Spencer. 61-21. 6 catches, 100 yards. 4 touchdowns, Rod Windsor. Portland, what a way to start. A combined opponent's record of 16-1, including this second matchup against Arizona. And it's been rough. They took strides at Orlando in week 2. Orlando's unbeaten, right? Your number 2 power team right now. I think a huge disappointment for Ron James there to come back against Philly and get blown out.
It was. He felt they took a step back, but that's a level of familiarity with Coach Keefe and Matt Sock. They were on Coach James's staff. He kind of has an understanding for what they like to do.
Spencer off the iron again twice, and now Mitchell is under siege in the end zone, able to get out and get near the 5. I tell you, Spencer has been all over the bars tonight. Turn at 12. And down below Cassie is with Darren Thomas.
What's it like to be back in Portland?
Oh, I'm so happy to be back. It's been a long journey coming back from ACL surgery. Portland still is going to get better, I promise you. Just a work in progress.
And how do you hope to help make it better?
Oh, I'm be a better quarterback. I'm gonna get the receivers the ball and let them do their job. But just a leadership standpoint, we just need a great leader here, and I think I'm gonna do a good job with that.
And what's this week been like for you so far?
Oh, man, it's been a long week. A lot of pulling and tugging on my knee with exit and entrance physicals, but I didn't get too many days of practice in, so I didn't get to play this week, but next week I should be there.
Well, everyone's excited to see what you can do. Thank you.
likable guy, and he has played 22 games in the last 2 years for this organization. What would be your scouting report on Darren Thomas? Because we talk about great college resume, but what have you seen in the AFL?
He was getting better. He was starting to, with Coach Hohensee last year, he was improving as a passer. He was getting consistent, playing well, and then got injured. But he's a guy that's played on the biggest stage. Good pass there, great completion to Sean Carter. But he's a guy that's played on the biggest stages. You know what I mean?
BCS
correct. So, I think he's a guy that wants to be good. He wants to be a great player. And you heard him speak on leadership aspect, like the team needs a great leader. I couldn't agree more when you see some of the silly penalties and things that are going on. Those are the little things that leadership takes care of.
Likable kid, really likable. And so is this guy, Peters, and he is, as you said, scrap tonight. This one into the stands, intended for Jerry Perry, now down the near wall.
Might have missed Tom Gilson on a dig route. But every now and then you got to take a shot.
Gilson dropped it.
Peters pass incomplete. Intended for Gilson. Phillips on the cover down.
When you're running in motion and you have a 5-yard hitch route on, you can't run it at 3 yards. It gives your quarterback no chance. That's a 3-yard route. You can't, your quarterback's not ready to get it out. You're standing there waiting for the ball. When you're in motion, you have to push your depth a little deeper. If you're supposed to be at 5, you should be at 6 if you're in motion, minimum. Little things.
3rd and 10. Steps up, fires, caught. Gilson, first down. As he gets a face full, the first down marker, 10 yards.
5 yards for Portland, first down.
Lexi over route. Right on the sticks.
That's a first down. That's about the easiest spot you can ever have, is face first. 6.5 to play. Peters, down he goes. And again, McAllister in his grill.
I don't think he understood what he had there. I don't think he understood what he has here. He's going to get this guy on the swing, this guy straight up the field. Watch this guy. That's where the ball should go right now. Give it to him. He's not even looking over there. He's looking to the field side. I don't think he realized it was a double release.
And now they got to hurry. 1 on the play clock. Got it off. In trouble and sacked. Antaj Hawthorne, 8th-year man from Wisconsin, at a loss of 8.
Third down, lockdown.
This play was messed up for the. I mean, look at the push from Antaj. Gets his first sack. Well, I tell you, the push that he generates up front is incredible.
He was a game-time decision. And again, they got to hustle to get this off. 3rd and 20. Sacked again. This time it's Demetrio Tyson.
He just destroys Deontay Savage, who's a little bit gimpy. Tell you what, this group of pass rushers, man, it is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Watch the left edge. Oh my goodness, the quick hands, the violent, powerful use of the hands at the line of scrimmage. No chance.
Back-to-back sacks from McAllister, Hawthorne, and Tyson. They're going to try a long, long field goal.
And still, number 77 is one of the leaders and blocks. Watch Antosh Hawthorne inside. He will get off the ball and give a look here. And it's blocked.
Well, Kaio never had a chance, and on the return, Amos still on his feet. Finally shoved out. 3:58 to play. 61-21. Arizona back on offense.
Welcome back to Arizona. Rattlers up 61-21, and I am here with two very special fans, Michelle and Big John Staples. You guys have basically been super fans since 1997. Do you remember your first game?
Absolutely. It was the Arena Bowl where the Rattlers beat the Iowa Barnstormers.
And you guys are wearing very special shirts. Can you please explain what they say and what they're for?
Well, my wife has got a tough battle right now with ovarian cancer, and we made these special shirts for her because she only has one L in her name, Michelle. So if you look on Facebook, it's 1L's Army, and you can follow her progress. She starts chemo next Monday.
And with everything that you're going through, what does it mean to you to come to these games?
It's something to look forward to. I love the Arena Football League. It's like a close-knit family, and the support has been overwhelming to see these shirts out in the stands and just the support all across the nation. And it just helps me out each and every day, taking one day at a time.
And the league supports you, Arizona supports you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Guys, back to you.
It's such a cool story in the play coming right down their way. So 1L's Army for Michelle on Facebook. That's 1L's Army. Look it up. Get on there, support. Great story. And we wish her the very, very best. Season ticket holders, that's a long time.
They were here when we were 4 and 12,
that's
still
awesome.
coming and supporting and doing everything. I mean, doing anything to make us laugh, make us feel better about ourselves. And we were horrible out there.
Shane Boyd in, fired that one too high. Shane Boyd, the backup, and I think you feel like he could start for three or four teams in this league, right?
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player, and he's really come into games and played well when he's had to. Started one game last year up in Spokane, won the game. Nick was out. JB was gone, the other guy that was here. But he's a good player, and you can see the arm talent right there.
Fifth year from Kentucky. He was 4 of 9, 80 yards and a touchdown coming in. 16 yards there to Anthony Amos. That one on a line.
This is a frozen rope. Steps into it. I mean, that ball got up on Amos quick. He was defending himself. Didn't want to catch a black eye through the helmet.
2 to play. Arizona's up 40. So Nick Davila closes out a phenomenal night. Handoff left, Benson falls forward.
Michael Benson carrying.
He's cut down at the 7, and he's slow to get up. Gain of 5.
Second down.
Sometimes guys don't want to wear those knee pads. You catch one on the knee, catch a helmet on that kneecap. They put those little bitty knee pads in there, trying to get a little quicker.
Minute 20.
Look for the shuffle screen here.
Boyd, look at this. Magician. Diving for the end zone with a marker down, and he got there. Touchdown, Boyd, if it stands.
A little better burst than I thought he did. That was nice.
I like how he shuffled out and kind of tucked that ball behind his
Brought
back.
to you by 1-800-4
Penalty for Jack out of the box as the quarterback scramble, allowing the Jack to lead the touchdown count.
Great effort. Getting in. Watch him slide around. You get the inside charge. Simon does a nice job of forcing Davis inside, but right here, the burst and the lean gives a little dead step right there and dives in.
1-minute timing rules are now in effect. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining.
1 minute warning. As Spencer will try to make it 68-21. Now they got to get the players back out there to kick this.
I think Coach James is going to challenge. And we're going to see the most transparent thing in sports, the call of the booth.
Is he
Being challenged by Portland. The play is under further review.
Is he sending a message to his team here that, hey, everything matters?
It all matters. You got to finish, period. You got to finish, period. However, now if you're Arizona, does that make you want to go run up some extra points? Absolutely.
It's an Arena Football call to the booth. Dave Kataya will get on the headset with our truck.
Okay, we are looking now to see if the quarterback was down short. We're looking to see now if the runner was short of the goal line or if he touched the wall prior to the score. So if we can have shots down the goal line, we'll take a look at it. Oh. Okay, we have contact there, and you've got him into the wall. That doesn't show us a lot. Does anybody have any? Do you have any other shots? There's a shot there, but again, that he does go into the wall, but does not show us where the ball is in relation to the goal line. Do you have any other shots? All right, any other shots that you can give me other than those two? All right, the play's blocked by the wall. This call's going to stand as called on the field.
Portland loses the challenge. Touchdown, Arizona.
Ruling on the field, a touchdown stand.
And now Spencer will kick it. Here at the 1 minute warning.
Right call. Couldn't see it. Looked like he dove from the 2. I mean, mathematically, he's over 6 feet tall, and he's in.
I like it.
He's in.
Now Spencer. 68-21 with a minute to play. Marker down.
I mean, I think it's pretty good.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, number 11 defense from the receiving team. The try is good. That'll be enforced on the first play after the kickoff.
It's on Dexter Davis Jr.
That's a running into. Come back, we'll get another look at it.
You shake your head if you're Portland at this point. For the latest news, scores, stats, log on to arenafootball.com. Whether you want to check out special features on the league's brightest stars or watch live games, arenafootball.com is where it's at. We'll kick off from the Geico goal line. Spencer has kicked a bunch of bar balls tonight. They've been good in every aspect the Rattlers have, as they have all season. That one caught some iron. And then Mitchell falls. He was kneeling. No. Yeah, he was at first the official said touchdown, but he was kneeling down, and as he went there, injured himself. Maybe a cramp?
It looked like he jumped.
3-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's a good call. That's a good call. He did.
Yeah, let's look at how he landed goofy here.
He goes up to get it. I'm not sure if it's a cramp or what, but he gave himself up.
Yeah.
That's not a fumble. He gave himself up.
But there was a touchdown signal at first, which obviously you can't.
Well, because nobody touched him, but he gave himself up.
Yeah.
So initially, that's what it looks like. That's a good call. Once again, look out for this combo right here.
Peters in trouble. End zone. gets out.
John Collins he's having a tough time.
No gain on the play.
Having a tough time getting a snap up.
Mishandled that time.
He had the snap, he just didn't clear the fullback. He had the fullback set to his throwing arm side. He wanted to punch out and throw a hitch route, but he runs right into the fullback. If you're gonna do that, you gotta put him in the home position or get him on the opposite side, going the other way.
Final 20 seconds, they call timeout.
Nightmare Rattlers return home to the Snake Pit May 21st for a game against the LA Kiss here at Talking Stick Resort Arena. That game kicks off at
76-56. That one was tight last night. Orlando and Cleveland for 3 quarters, but Orlando wins by 20. Tomorrow, 2 Eastern, Jacksonville and Tampa. Jacksonville 1-3, but way better than that, as you documented at halftime. Monday Night Football, 8 Eastern, Philadelphia taking on the LA Kiss. Week 5. Portland extending this game late. And, blow this one dead. Markers.
Offside defense, number 96, 5-yard penalty, second down.
It looks like a jailbreak down there at the goal line. Every one of those guys is trying to get a strip touchdown.
And Peters, the last 2 drives, he's had no chance. And they keep coming, and it's dropped.
Peters pass incomplete. Intended for Carter.
Peters 22 of 47. He's had a few drops like that.
I think he's done enough to at least compete for the job. Listen, your center's been sitting on your lap all night when you're trying to throw the ball. That's not good for anybody.
Over the top that time is Carter. 4th and 5, 11.4 to go.
And I do think Darren Thomas will be the starter on this team at some point, but I don't think it's anything that Peters has done. He's made some plays, but they've hurt themselves. Even when the game was a couple scores separation and their penalties killed them. This team has to figure out a way not to hurt themselves.
Perry the catch.
Peters
down here with 5 seconds.
Tackled by Phillips. The turnover on down.
Turnover on downs. That'll do it for Peters. Davila got to rest at the end of this game after going 14 of 18 for 246 and 7 touchdowns. Windsor caught 3 of those scores. Purify had 2. Windsor and Boyd each had a rushing touchdown, as Boyd has come in as the backup and played well. Final 5.8. Amos in motion. Boyd throws it away.
Boyd's pass incomplete. Pressure by Davis.
It's good pressure. The guys up front have played hard. They played hard the entire night. You see no flag for intentional grounding. Rod Windsor in the area.
Final play, Boyd. That's it, one final souvenir. Arizona's 5-0. 68-21 the final. Portland comes on the road. They lose big. They fall to 0-4. 68-21 the final. Ted Bonner, Cassie McKinney, and our entire CBS crew. I'm Brent Stover. Our next AFL telecast next Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. The unbeaten Arizona Rattlers travel to Orlando to take on the unbeaten Predators. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network in association with Tupelo Honey Raycom. So long from Phoenix.